This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Come on, set. Switch the outlet. Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. No.
Murray now on first down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Comes to me, it's me. Mike's 50.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Shit. Go. Here we go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. T.J. Logan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They begin with a run by Smith. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the draw, this is Smith, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, against a 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray is complete to the tight end Clay. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray, toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check 43. Match box. Right.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
55. Watch twist. Watching your car.
To throw on 3rd down, Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 15 now. Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
First down, Murray. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Murray now. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9.
Switch, switch, switch. Over. 41's the mic, 41's the mic. Check, check, check 41.
From the gun, Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Murray now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run on first down. It's Logan. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Logan. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. On third down, Logan. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On second and 11 now. Watson. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Hey, watch this, watch this. You got tight. You got tight right there. Big ass, 49, check 49, check 49.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Under 10.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is field. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Now it's Bird on the return. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Logan. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals. T.J. Logan, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Bosher set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Owasor coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now it's Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line. And they're definitely not.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Watson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Showing it. Switch. Watch your ship. Go. Watch your ship.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack on first down, Murray flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
No. Here. Check 24. Go. Check.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zach Cunningham. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. There's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An excellent gain, 35 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost. And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
The critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point. And our score stays right where it is.
Keeps the score. Cardinals 29, Texans 6.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
36, Texans 6.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Here we go.
A first down carry for Smith. And an alley to run. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the run, it's Smith. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Watson finding some room at midfield. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. On the counter, it's Smith. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Watson off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Patrick Owasor in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now Watson throwing on 3rd and long. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Check, 43. It's coming this way, trying to go.
Out of the gun, Watson. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Trying the power game with Ham. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Ham. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that will get him one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
He's crashing.
Back to throw it, Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26, 25, check 25, check 25. Watch twins. Choke them.
Murray now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Murray now on 1st down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Cardinals, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Houston, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Up this magic with the magic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the side. Yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me. When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now.